Hi, Russ Gaspard here for my walkthrough of the release candidate of the Woodshed app. So, went pretty well. Uh, Probably going to need one more round before we actually release the release candidate. But we did essentially get the two final goals done as far as features, the tone generator and the audio recording, with a little caveat in there, and also solved these issues that came up during the usability testing. So I'll walk you through the app real quick and show you how it came out. So we'll log in as user Sam here, and let's practice Sam's song, one of the custom songs in here, and we'll do it in the key of C perhaps. And when I click begin, here's the practice page. You can see I've got a little revised notes icon, and I've got my drone generator implemented and the audio snippet feature implemented as well. So let's take a look at the drone real quick. Since I'm in the key of C, perhaps I want to have a C droning in the background while I practice the song. And of course I can go off script and try it in some different keys. So there's the generator. As far as recording an audio snippet, I managed to do this with only 2 buttons for a really concise, small footprint. So here's record, testing, testing. And now that it's recorded, I do have a play button. Record, testing, testing. And I can click this X and delete the file and empty the quay there and record another one. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, and I do have the ability to pause playback. Hello. And resume. And the pause button will also work on recording. Of course, it only does hold one recording. Check, check, check. I can pause recording and then add an addendum. And when I play it back now, check, check, add an addendum. So that wasn't the most musical example, but I do have the audio function working here. You can see I did rearrange this screen. I changed the metronome to say on instead of start, so that it's not confused with starting the whole session, but just that particular tool. That's one of the things from my usability test that was a little confusing to people. Oh, I had changed this settings here to say utilities. I actually had a crash and had to go back a version from my GitHub repository, and this got unchanged. But I'm going to change this to utilities from usability testing. That was another piece of feedback. The other thing was if I go ahead and complete this, there's my Twitter function. I'll cancel out of that. But you can see I've made some strides here on the history page. I've taken my sort and my filter and actually if I want to sort by topic, it'll show me in this text field what I'm sorting by, and I can release that. I can also filter, so if I want to see all the times I've played this particular song, then I can bring those up, and again it's displayed here. The other interesting piece, I know you'll be pleased, is if I want to click over here, this just looks like a blank sheet now. I've removed any ability to select, and there are no lines between the cells, so it's just a flat detail view. And in fact, if I can find one where I saved a note here, there we go. The notes show up under a separate heading as requested. So it's still a bit buggy, and the audio that I'm recording is saving with each record, but I'm not retrieving it. I don't have a way to play it back. So my intention is on this particular page to have a little play button that pops up here if there's audio saved with the record, but that's not something I was able to implement yet. And again, I need to redo the way that the login happens and how data is basically loaded. It's just not always happening in the right order, even as I click from screen to screen and renew the arrays and the dictionary objects that are held in RAM there as I'm changing the data. They don't always update in the right order. So I didn't want to get into that overhaul. It'll fix all the bugs, but then the app would have looked the same. So I went ahead and added the new features we had agreed on, but I do need to go through and clean up the code and remove those bugs. And it's still a little bit ugly. I am going to go through and finally do some of these cosmetic things that we talked about. But all the features are there, and I'm feeling pretty good about it, and look forward to wrapping it up here in the next couple days. Thank you.